All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of High School Football on Cape Atlantic Live. I'm Brian Kniff alongside Buddy Tarbot, and we're back at Maxwell Field with the Wildwood Warriors taking on KIPP Cooper Norcross Academy in Wildwood's homecoming game. This was supposed to be a game against Lindenwold tomorrow. Lindenwold dropped down to the JV level. They made that decision a couple of weeks ago, and Wildwood scrambled to find an opponent. KIPP Cooper is a first-year program that is competing for the first time, and they're competing as an independent. So Wildwood was able to quickly find this team. KIPP Cooper comes into the game at 0-5. And their last game, they lost to Central High School from Philadelphia 44-0. That was 2 weeks ago. And they are coached by James Tompkins. And from what we understand, they are a very, very athletic team, and they can really run. But they've been plagued by mistakes in many of their games, and that's what's prevented them from winning. Wildwood is 1-4. They're coming off a close 7-0 loss at Gloucester Catholic last week. Captains are going onto the field. You can see Wildwood with the maroon jerseys, the white helmets, the white pants. Number 3 is James Wires. Number 2, Junior Hans. Number 1 is Ryan Troiano. He is injured. For KIPP, they have the white jerseys on, blue pants, blue helmets, trimmed in red. And their captains are Jasir Thompson, Jakir Ward, Jordan Hamilton, and Leroy Anderson. And the officials for this evening's game, Fred Lamb is the lead referee, Dan O'Connell's the umpire, John Hasher is the head linesman, Bob Makem is the line judge, Mike Reardon is the back judge. They're going with just 5 officials on the field tonight. Most high school games these days it's 6. Sam Westfall is the timer. And it is Wildwood's homecoming game, and luckily we think we're going to be dry this evening. It was forecast all week that there might be rain in the forecast for tonight, but it looks like any rain we get will come after midnight, although there is still a possibility of some showers. KIPP has won the toss. They have elected to receive. Wildwood will be kicking off from the north end zone, moving from left to right across your video screen. As is tradition here over the last couple of years, Monica Koborowski will be singing the national anthem. Buddy Tarbot will be providing backup vocals if needed. Let's hope it's not needed.
Hey, I did, Monica, I did bring my ukulele.
Yeah.
I brought my ukulele.
So for Wildwood, one of the things that they need to do is simply score. They have not scored an offensive touchdown since their opener. They've been shut out the last 2 weeks, and then they lost 13-7 to Bishop Eustace. In that game against Eustace, their only touchdown came on a punt return. So Wildwood needs to get its offense moving. Monica Koborowski singing our national anthem. Another terrific rendition of our national anthem by Wildwood High School senior Monica Koborowski. High school football on Cape Atlantic Live, proudly brought to you by Crest Savings Bank. Banking since 1919 with branches across Cape May County to best serve you. Check out all the services Crest Savings Bank has to offer at CrestSavings.com. Ulmer's Appliance Service is a proud supporter of Cape Atlantic Live and CapeAtlanticLive.com, a family-owned and operated business since 1974. Ulmer's Appliance services all the top appliance brands. Give Ulmer's Appliance a call, 609-368-4444, or log on to ulmersappliance.com. A little change offensively for Wildwood, and they're going to try to use this to jumpstart their offense. I said jump stop, buddy. I'm already on basketball season.
Yeah, bring it on, baby.
But they're going to try to kickstart their offense with sophomore Jordan Dozier at the quarterback position. He played the second half at quarterback last week, as they're going to try to move Junior Hans around, slot back, running back, get him the ball in different positions and move him out of the quarterback position. So we'll see how that works out for Wildwood at the start of this football game whenever they get the ball. As we said, KIPP will receive the kick. Jakir Ward is back deep at the 10-yard line. If the ball makes it back that far, it'll be an upset. Wildwood does not normally kick it that far, and a lot of times they just kind of squib kick and kind of half onside kick it. Wildwood's homecoming, glad to be here on Cape Atlantic Live. Our first game broadcast in 2 weeks. And Junior Hans has it teed up, and he just pops a short kick that bounces at the 30. It's loose, and let's see who's got it. And it looks like KIPP recovered it at the 30, but they were a little nonchalant going after that right there.
Yeah, and Wildwood almost came up with that football, Brian.
Yeah.
Their return coverage was very, very good.
So Ward.
That was number 20, Thomas Rios, who almost came up for the football.
Right. So KIPP will start at their own 30. Ward is the quarterback. One of their top players is a wide receiver, Jasir Thompson. So 1st and 10 for KIPP at their own 30. First offensive play of the game. It's a quick toss on the outside. What a play on the outside there by Gabe Rossett. Comes down with the tackle there. Takes down Ashawn Robinson. It's a loss of about 7. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 17 for KIPP. KIPP has some big kids along that offensive and defensive fronts, but Rossett came in and made a big play there.
Yeah, he absolutely did, Brian. Now see if Wildwood can, continue with this momentum.
It's another handoff. They're going to sweep the right side. And getting maybe 4 or 5 is Robinson, but it'll bring up 3rd and still very long.
Yeah, he does not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the original line of scrimmage, yes.
Yes, yes, he does not get back. Wildwood did a good job that time as he rushed right. He went around the right end, but the pursuit by the Warrior defense.
So kind of a big play early in the game here for Wildwood's defense, buddy, if they can force a 3 and out. 3rd and 12 for KIPP at their own 28-yard line. No score. Clock approaching 10.5 first quarter. This is the first offensive possession for either team. 4 receivers, 2 split to each side. There's no tight end. Robinson in the backfield with Ward, the quarterback. Ward back to pass. He's under a rush, throws over the middle, and it's short, and it was really good coverage on the outside there by Justice Santiago, who was in position to make a play, but the ball was well short anyway.
And, Brian, talking to Coach James Tompkins for the Titans before the game, they run a spread offense, and they like to throw the football. So, you would think that they would be more of a run team, but talking to him, they're more of a passing team, so we'll see how this plays out.
Ramir Knock back to kick, back to punt, to be more specific. Wildwood's in there. They nearly get there, but they do get the punt away. And it's a short punt, takes a KIPP bounce, but Wildwood will take over 1st and 10 at their own 41. No score here in the first quarter. Hall's Carpet Care is a proud sponsor of Cape Atlantic Live Sports Broadcast, specializing in carpet and upholstery cleaning, air duct and dryer vent cleaning, and home watch services. Hall's Carpet Care gives you the clean you expect and the service you deserve. Check them out at hallscarpetcare.com or give them a call at 609-463-3733. So a good stop there, buddy, by Wildwood on KIPP's first offensive possession.
And again, Wildwood with good field position as they're going to start with the football on their own 40-yard line.
Rossett in the backfield, 4 receivers set. Jordan Dozier, the sophomore quarterback. Takes the snap, back to pass, has some time, fakes. He's going to throw it out wide, incomplete. He was looking for James Wires, who was open, and it was thrown just a little too high. Good play design by Wildwood there, buddy. A quick hitch and go there on first down. 2nd down and 10 for Wildwood at their own 40. And the good news there, buddy, is that Jordan Dozier had all kinds of time to throw. That's been an issue for Wildwood.
Well, you know, Brian, I like the little the spin on the offense by putting Junior Hans in a position, whether it's as a running back or as a wideout, to get some more touches as opposed to, you know, when he's quarterbacking, and his time has been very short.
It looks like we have a delay here due to an equipment issue for a Wildwood player, which is why the whistle has not blown to start the play clock. Now we're ready to go. They're resetting the play clock, and Wildwood will pop out of the huddle here on 2nd and 10. Harley Busham split to the far side. Trevor Troiano, Junior Hans, and James Wires all bunched to the near side with Rossett in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking, throws, Wires has it, turns the corner, sticks his head down, and he's up close to a first down. I think they're going to mark him just short. Pickup of 9, and they're going to mark it at the 49. So it's 3rd down and 1. And we'll see what Wildwood does here on 3rd and 1. Dozier will come up under center here, takes the snap, lunges forward, was stopped momentarily, then a second push. He ends up picking up 3 yards and a first down.
Good effort right there. That time by the sophomore, Jordan Dozier.
I think the one thing he's got to learn, buddy, he took that snap and he was awfully high initially with his body. That's where you got to stick your head down and get those shoulders low. But he ended up with the second push getting that first down. So it's 1st and 10 for Wildwood at the KIPP 48. No score. Early first quarter on, you usually don't say this in October, on what is a very humid evening here in Wildwood. It's not overly warm, probably around 68 or 70 degrees, but it's awfully humid. Hans goes in motion. They fake a pass, throw to Busham too high and incomplete. Busham looking for a flag, thought he was held, but nothing forthcoming.
And Brian, from our angle, he appeared to be open.
Yeah, that's the second time a Warrior receiver's been overthrown.
He made a nice move to the outside, broke inside.
Well, you wonder, buddy, was he held? I mean, that's what Busham was complaining to the official, and maybe that's why the ball looked like it was overthrown. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Wildwood. 8:38 to go, first quarter. No score. They hand it off to Rossett. He's hit immediately, and he's going to lose 2 yards. Nice play in the middle of the field by Leroy Anderson. So it's going to be 3rd and 12. And, Wildwood's in a spot on the field, buddy. They don't need to get all 12 yards. If they can just get 6 or 7 here, they certainly would go for it on 4th down.
They need to get a chunk, that's
right.
for sure.
3rd and 12.
Ball's spotted exactly on the 50-yard line.
Dozier back, looking, throws. Nearly a circus catch by Wires. He took a hit as the ball arrived, and he couldn't come down with it, incomplete. And again, that ball was thrown high.
But I'll tell you what, James Wires, as you said, he went up, and he got up.
And that would have been first down yardage, too. He was down at about the 35-yard line. Wildwood needed to get to the 38 for the first down. Let's see what Wildwood does here. They often, as we've mentioned before on these broadcasts, they often line up in a regular formation. And then out of the shotgun snap, sometimes they'll punt it. And let's see what they're going to do. They have 4 receivers split to the far side of the field. Back to pass is Dozier. Throws to Wires. Wires has a first down and more. He steps out of bounds, though. He was running in toward the end zone, but he stepped out at the 34, but it's plenty enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 16. Well-designed play, buddy. They bunched everyone across the other side of the field. Wires was one-on-one, and he was wide open.
And Dozier, that's his first completion, Brian, and he delivered that one right on the numbers. And then James Wires able to add some yards after the catch.
So it takes it down to the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 and a first down on 4th and 12. If Wildwood goes on the score here, that is a big, big pickup on 4th and 12 from midfield. Dozier in the shotgun. Hans in motion. They hand it to him. He's going to try to sweep, and he's tackled. And Gabe Rossett really missed the block on the outside there, buddy.
And, Brian, that's the first time that Junior Hans has touched the football. And as you said, it's going to be a loss of 5. Now, I don't know if, what the play design was there, but Rossett really needed to at least get in the way of that defender there. And instead, Hans goes down for a loss of 5. So both teams have had trouble running the football. Wildwood has completed a couple of passes, and that's why they've been able to move it a little bit here so far. But they face a 2nd and 15 here. Dozier throws over the middle, incomplete. Throw it behind Junior Hans. And I'll bring up 3rd and 10. I'll tell you what, though, Brian, Jordan Dozier looks very good throwing the football.
Well, the one thing about him, buddy, that everyone says is the ball comes out of his hand effortlessly. I mean, he really has a nice arm.
He throws it tight
yes,
spiral.
He does. Yes, he does.
Once he gets, this is his first experience back there as the quarterback. And once he he starts bringing the ball down a little bit.
And again, another 3rd down and long, 3rd and 15. And again, Wildwood in a position they don't need all 15 here on KIPP's side of the field. Hans in motion to the far side. Dozier back, throws over the middle. Incomplete, just off the fingertips of Harley Busham. So 4th and 15, Wildwood will go for it at the KIPP 39-yard line. At least we think they'll go for it. Wildwood, of course, coached by Ken Loomis, and he made the decision to go with Dozier, a quarterback, to start tonight's game after last week's game at Gloucester Catholic. 4th and 15. Dozier takes the snap, has a little bit of time, throws, incomplete. Was looking for Hans. Hans was well covered. Even if he came up with it, he would have been well short of the first down. So KIPP will take over on downs.
Yeah, he was very, very well covered.
The 39-yard line. Cape Atlantic Live sports broadcast and the CapeAtlanticLive.com website are proudly supported by Ribeye Steaks, serving the finest Angus ribeye steak sandwiches, sausage, roast pork, and much more, all on the freshest rolls in South Jersey. Be sure to check out ribeyes at many of the major festivals and weekend events throughout Cape May County. For more info on ribeye steaks, 609-602-3378.
So 6:43 to play here in the opening quarter. We have no score, but now KIPP High School will take over on their own 39, 1st and 10.
Ward back to pass. Throws it out in the flat. It is caught. Nice play on the outside by Rossett to limit Jasir Thompson to just a 2 or 3 yard gain. Up to the 41, so it's a gain of just 2, 2nd and 8. About halfway through the first quarter here, no score. Ward again in the shotgun, back to pass, looking, fires on the outside. It is caught, but taken down immediately is Shamar Matthews by Liam Carmel. It's a pickup of 5, and it's 3rd and 3. So a couple of short passes have given KIPP a 3rd and short. Back to pass, being chased. What a move. He's going to get the first down. That's a great move there by Ward.
And it looked like Wildwood was going to have him for a big loss. And as you said, Brian, he spun away, spun out, went down that right sideline.
To pick up of 4, he stepped out at midfield. Yeah, I didn't see who the Warrior defender was on the outside there, buddy, but he needed to go at Ward's right hip, and he did not, and Ward was able to get outside. 1st and 10 for KIPP. Their first down of the game. Thrown on the outside. We have a flag in the middle of the field. The ball is incomplete. Jaheim Edmondson tried to make a diving catch, couldn't. There is a flag down, and it's in the area of holding, and that's exactly what the call is, and Wildwood, I'm sure, will take this penalty.
Yes, absolutely.
And it'll be 1st and 20 now. So 1st and 20 for KIPP as that ball will move back to the 40. That was the first penalty of the game. It's kind of interesting tonight, buddy. They only have 5 officials on the field. High school football has moved to usually having 6. So I don't know if there was a shortage tonight, but only 5 officials on the field for this game. 1st and 20 after the holding penalty.
Well, now this is an opportunity where, Wildwood having KIPP in the 1st and 20 really wants to ramp it up.
Ward under pressure, throws incomplete. And there were 2 players for KIPP that went for that. And I think they ran into each other. It looked like Tyrell Chavis and Jasir Thompson.
Yeah.
Gabe Rossett is down, shaken up on the play.
And Brian, that looked like, there was the 2 KIPP players, the wide receivers that literally ran into each other. They were both wide open. But the pass was incomplete.
High school football brought to you by the Wildwood Recreation Department here on CapeAtlanticLive.com. Be sure to check out their big event for the Halloween season, a trunk or treat and a haunted house at the Byrne Community Center on Friday, October 27th from 5 to 8 p.m. 609-522-5837 for more information. Rossett gets up under his own power. He's still out on the field. Bal Harbor Hotels in Wildwood Crest supports high school football on Cape Atlantic Live and CapeAtlanticLive.com. A beautiful oceanfront resort, the Bal Harbor sits directly on one of the East Coast's best beaches in Wildwood Crest. Know someone planning a vacation or needs a room for a night or two? Have them check out the Bal Harbor through balharborhotels.com or by calling 522-3343. So Rossett will have to come out for at least a play. And, you wonder, buddy, with all that contact, did he take an elbow or a helmet to the stomach? And maybe that's what the injury is. Not sure. It'll bring up 2nd and 20. 2 ticks under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Ward looking, throwing deep down the middle of the field, nearly intercepted by Junior Hans. And he was in great position to make a play on the ball there. The intended receiver was Ramir Knock.
And that was a very good defensive play that time by Junior Hans. He made sure, his positioning was A-plus perfect. And he bats the ball down. So now it's going to be 3rd and 20 with 4:53 to play in this opening quarter. No score.
And this is where, if you're Wildwood, you can give up a few yards here, but don't give KIPP any thoughts of going for it on 4th down. 3rd and 20. Certainly Wildwood wants to keep everything in front of them here. And it looks like KIPP is going to call a timeout. So timeout on the field, no score. 4:53 to go first quarter. KIPP facing a 3rd and 20 after this timeout. Be sure to check out the Mudhen Brewing Company, the Dogtooth Bar and Grill, and Poppis Brick Oven Pizza and Kitchen in Wildwood for great dining and entertainment experiences for the entire family. And congratulations to the Mudhen on recently being named the best brew pub in New Jersey. The Mudhen, the Dogtooth, and Poppis proudly support CapeAtlanticLive.com. Need a place to park your vehicle ahead of a great day or evening out in the Wildwoods? Check out Smitty's Parking with 2 locations on Ocean Avenue, just steps from the world-famous Wildwood Boardwalk. And don't forget that the Smitty's location at Youngs Avenue has great rates on all kinds of bike rentals. 609-522-9114, that's Smitty's Bikes. Square One Design has nearly 20 years of experience in designing websites, building online marketing campaigns, and creating custom web applications. Square One Design is a proud sponsor of high school football on CapeAtlanticLive.com. So here we go on 3rd and 20 for KIPP after the timeout. Back to pass again, thrown over the middle again. This one's complete for a 1st down, and wow, was Ramir Knock given way too much time. However, this is coming back. We have a hold on KIPP. Wow, that is going to negate a 23-yard gain on 3rd and 20.
And that was a well-thrown ball by Ward. And the receiver did a good job because he took a big hit after the catch. But as Brian said, another holding penalty against the Titans.
This will bring up a 3rd and 30 now. It's the 2nd holding penalty of this possession. And if you're Wildwood, buddy, that's just inexcusable for Knock to have that much open space that far downfield.
Yeah,
you can open. That was a mistake in coverage there.
And
Ward, it's a quick pass out to the outside to Ashawn Robinson, but James Wire stops him for no gain. So it's 4th down. And KIPP will set up to punt.
And as Brian said, that was that completed pass was for no gain. They got back to the line of scrimmage.
Knock is the punter, standing just inside his own 20. Gets the kick away. It's a nice kick. Junior Hans makes a fair catch at about the 38-yard line. And Wildwood will take over there first, and then they'll mark it at the 37. Not for Long Media is a strong supporter of Cape Atlantic Live sports broadcast, managed by NFL veteran and Cape May resident Colin Thompson. Not for Long Media is a content hub made up of several podcasts and YouTube shows talking all things sports, food, drinks, travel, culture, and much more. You can check them out at notforlongmedia.com. So 1st and 10 for Wildwood at their own 37. Dave Weinberg just arrived off the beach in Cape May. Dozier with an empty backfield here this time. Takes the snap, looking, throws, wide open is Wires. Wires turns the corner at the 50 and is finally out of bounds inside the 35-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, Brian, the freshman, Trevor Triano, did a good job in getting a block.
Well, he actually did a good job of just getting in the way.
Exactly.
He was very smart not to put his hands on the player because it could have been an illegal block from behind. So it was a smart play by the freshman there to help spring James Wires for that 29-yard gain. So Wildwood, on their first play there, flips field position, and they're inside the 35-yard line of KIPP. Again, empty backfield. Dozier back, throws over the middle, caught by Wires. Wires turning the corner at the 25, inside the 20, and finally taken down at around the 15-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a gain of 20.
And right now, Jordan Dozier and Wires, they're doing a great job. It's obviously Dozier has found the receiver that gets open, and
so it's 1st and 10 at the 14 for Wildwood. 2:45 to go in the first quarter, no score. Dozier takes the snap, throws low and incomplete. Was looking for Trevor Troiano. KIPP sent an extra defender there. Dozier had to get rid of it quickly. Troiano was not open, so it was actually a wise decision by Dozier to simply throw that ball in the turf. 2nd and 10 at the 14.
And Dozier started this game off. He was 1 of 6 for 16 yards until those last two big completions to James Wires. They were good for 49 yards combined.
Dozier back, looking, being chased, being hit, being sacked. That's going to be a loss of about 8. Call it 7. It'll move it back to the 21.
And one of the guys in on that sack, number 56, Micaiah Moore, he's a sophomore. And the other, Jordan Hamilton, number 52, he's a senior. And, man, they sandwiched Dozier and took him to the ground. And as Brian said, that was a pretty big 7-yard loss.
Rossett now back in the game. He's in the backfield. Dozier fakes, is hit, and is taken down. Whoa! And we have a late flag. Dozier was thrown back. The whistle had blown, and then he was bumped to the ground again. And it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It is not, however, in high school, I believe, an automatic first down. So it's a dead ball foul that's going to move the ball down to the 15. So it was a loss of 9 on the play. And now we have the dead ball late hit.
And Coach Ken Loomis is out on the field talking to the referee. To get an exact explanation.
So I'm just going to move the ball all the way to the 11-yard line. You know, and I'm actually surprised, buddy. You know, Wildwood has kicked extra points with reasonable success this year. And I'm actually surprised on it's not 4th and goal, but it's 4th and 7 or 8 here that they're not trying a field goal to try to get points on the board. So as I said, the personal foul in high school football is not an automatic first down, so it moves it closer. It's 4th and 7 at the 11.
1:32 to play in the opening quarter, and we have no score.
Dozier takes the snap, has a little bit of time. Wow, throws over the middle. Wires was open, and it was thrown too high. So KIPP will take over on downs.
And with that incompletion, Dozier's now 3 of 9 for 65 yards.
The Wildwood Crest Police Officers Association and the department's new K9 unit are proud supporters of KIPPAtlanticLive.com and the KIPP Atlantic Live sports broadcast. For more information about supporting the Wildwood Crest Police Officers Association and the Wildwood Crest K9 unit, contact Wildwood Crest Police at 609-522-2456. So here's KIPP. Both teams have moved it a little bit. Wildwood more than KIPP, but there's no points on the board just yet. And here is a running play. And Ashawn Robinson will get it out to about the 16. And he picks up 5. 2nd and 5 for KIPP. Ward with Robinson again in the backfield. Man goes in motion. We're going to have flags all over the place. KIPP had 2 players moving at the same time. And it is a false start. Well, unless someone must have moved, that technically would be an illegal motion or illegal shift. The play normally would be allowed to go on, but maybe a lineman moved, and that precipitated the illegal procedure penalty. So that'll move it back to the 11, and now it's 2nd and 10. Decent crowd on hand. Wildwood's quick homecoming ceremonies at halftime. They had their big parade last night. Across Pacific Avenue. A lot of people heard the emergency sirens. Buddy Tarbot thought they were after him.
Actually, yeah. And I had a hard time hiding under the bed.
2nd and 10. So that's the final play of the first quarter. Let's get out of this first quarter before we get in trouble here. And it is a scoreless first quarter between Wildwood and KIPP. The Cabrera companies are a strong supporter of local sports coverage on KIPP Atlantic Live and KIPPAtlanticLive.com. Whether it's buying or renting property at the Jersey Shore, management services for homeowners and condo associations, or residential home repairs and home improvements, be sure to check out Cabrera Companies, locally owned and operated in Wildwood Crest. Log on to CabreraCompanies.com or call 1-855-633-2300 for more information. Crest Savings Bank is a proud supporter of Cape Atlantic Live broadcasts and the CapeAtlanticLive.com website. Banking since 1919 with branches across Cape May County to best serve you. Check out all the services Crest Savings Bank has to offer at CrestSavings.com. So no score after the first quarter. And we'll come back, and when we come back for the second quarter here, when the KIPP will have a 2nd and 10 at its own 11. So Wildwood, actually, this is a new school, KIPP Cooper Norcross Academy. Wildwood, relatively new, just in the last few years. Wildwood played them last year in the first round of the state playoffs.
Relatively new?
And they beat them in the first round. Wildwood was the 1 seed. KIPP was the 16 seed. At one point in the game, KIPP had a 16-point lead in the first half, and then Wildwood came back and won by double digits. So here we go, 2nd and 10 for KIPP at their own 11. Ward with Robinson to his right. Takes the snap. He's going to throw it on the outside. It's incomplete. And I'm not sure if Justice Santiago got a hand on that, but either way, it's incomplete. Good coverage out there.
Yes, that time it was good coverage, and Wildwood's defensive front was able to apply some pressure on Ward as well.
3rd down and 10 for KIPP at their own 11.
And Brian, to this point, Jakir Ward, he is 1 for 6 for just 2 yards through the air.
They had that big completion call back for a penalty. Ward back to pass, throws it out in the flat. It's caught. And breaking a tackle and getting the first down is Jaheim Edmondson. And he's all the way outside the 30.
Boy,
and he should have been stopped 3 or 4 yards short of the first down.
Absolutely.
And he ends up with a 20-yard gain.
That was a very, very good effort by the Titans wide receiver.
And that's the second time on 3rd or 4th and long that Wildwood's given up big-time yardage. They got away with it the first time because it was called back on a holding penalty, but that right there could be a backbreaker. You know, you're a tackle away from making them punt deep in their own territory. You don't make it, and now KIPP gets a fresh set of downs out at the 31. They hand it off, and Robinson has another first down, a pickup of 11. So it'll bring up another first down. They actually mark it back at the 41, so it's a gain of 10. Thomas Rios on the stop. First and 10 at the 41. It's another handoff. Turning the corner on the left side. There is a flag down. There's a nice gain by Nashawn Rex on his first carry, but this is definitely coming back. You could actually see the Wildwood player who was in pursuit get turned by a KIPP player that grabbed him. So this will come back for a hold.
And right now, what's keeping Wildwood, in this scoreless game is the fact that KIPP keeps, this is their 3rd holding penalty, Brian.
Of their last 2 possessions, yeah.
Yeah.
They went 3 and out on their first possession. So this will bring up a 1st and 20. It's a quick pass out in the flat here, and it's complete, but falling down as he tried to cut was Jasir Thompson. And that's a loss of 3. Gabe Rossett was in position to make a play anyway, but Thompson fell down.
That made the play a lot easier.
Yeah. So this is going to be a 2nd and 23. Two receivers split to each side here. Ward back to pass again. He's going to throw over the middle. It is intercepted. Intercepted by Justice Santiago. Tyrell Chavis was open, and that ball was underthrown. And Justice Santiago comes up with the INT. Great play by the sophomore D-back.
Yes, Brian, it really was. And Santiago, he had a great beat on that throw. And the big thing is he held on to it. He caught it, and then, he went to the ground.
Wildwood, I think, caught a break there, buddy. That receiver was open. He had a couple-yard advantage there running down the field. The ball was underthrown, and Santiago with a great play on the interception. So 1st and 10 for Wildwood at the KIPP 45-yard line. Dozier rolling to his right, throws, caught by Wires. He slips while trying to cut, and it's going to be a gain of about 6. That is James Wires' 5th catch already, buddy.
Well, again, Wires has been the go-to guy.
He had 7 catches last week at Gloucester Catholic, but not for a lot of yards. Today, he's got 5 catches for 80 yards so far. 2nd and 4 for Wildwood. The 39-yard line of KIPP. Dozier back, throws over the middle, incomplete. And it looked like Junior Hans may have started to try to run before he actually tucked that. And bring up 3rd down and 4. No score, 8:13 to go in the first half. So again, inside KIPP's 40. Wildwood, you would think, needs 2 plays to get these 4 yards. Three receivers to the far side. Harley Busham split to the near side. Dozier throws incomplete. Busham was open. He threw it too low. Fourth down and 4 at the 39. $8:10 to go before halftime. And Wildwood taking a long time here to get up to the line of scrimmage. It looks like they're not in any danger, though, of running up against the play clock.
8:10 to go in this first half. And this is a big offensive play for the Warriors, and I believe KIPP jumped.
I don't know. You have a KIPP player may have jumped, but also it looked like a Wildwood player on the outside may have moved. Did KIPP cross into the neutral zone before that Wildwood player moved? And the officials are going to discuss this.
Coach Ken Loomis for the Warriors, he's saying it's against KIPP, which you don't blame him.
It is offside. So that'll give Wildwood a first down. So that'll move it down to the 34-yard line. Inside 8 minutes to go before halftime here. Four receivers now bunched to this near side. One to the far side. Empty backfield. Dozier back. Has some time. Looking. Throws. Incomplete. That went through the hands of Rossett. And then Busham, I think, expecting Rossett to catch it, couldn't come up with it either. We'll bring up 2nd and 10. And
Dozier now 4 of 12.
Yeah, now
excuse me, 5 of 12.
If you're watching Wildwood for the first time this year, you know, they have had all kinds of issues trying to run the football, which is why they're throwing it so much. 2nd and 10. Same formation. 4 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Dozier back. Throws to the outside, incomplete. That's a dangerous throw. That ball is in the air a long time, and it's incomplete. We have a flag down. This is in the area. Oh, it's roughing the passer. Wow.
And again, I'm telling you, Brian, the penalties keep going in Wildwood's favor in very key spots. And right here, I mean, obviously, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
That's the 6th penalty already on KIPP. So the roughing the passer penalty is going to move the football inside the 20. So Wildwood has it at the KIPP 19, 7:27 to go before halftime. And, you know, and whether these penalties are legit, and most of them are, what we've seen. But, you know, if you're the KIPP coaches, buddy, you know, you got to be chirping at the officials. KIPP's been flagged 6 times. Wildwood has not picked up a penalty yet.
Yes, I was just going to point that out. The Warriors so far have been playing penalty-free football.
Dozier on the outside, diving reception, but for a short yardage by Rossett. It's a pickup of about 2. And actually they're going to say it's only a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Wildwood's been, the last few throws have almost all been to the outside. You got to think at some point you got to take a shot at throwing the ball over the middle or throwing it a little deeper downfield. Troiano, the lone receiver, to the far side. 4 receivers split to this near side. Busham, Hans, Rossett, and Wires. Dozier back. It's a backwards pass to Hans. And Hans has to, as he's hit immediately, just go to the ground. This will go down as a running play, and it's going to be a loss of about 8.
And I'll tell you what, a Titan defender, Brian, almost pulled that ball out of Hans's hands.
Hans did the right thing, knowing it was a backward pass, and that's a lateral and a live ball. He made sure he secured it and went to the ground. This is going to bring up 3rd and 18. Yeah, and I think, you know, I think at some point, buddy, you got to take a shot throwing it deep down the field. I mean, this is a position where you're kind of forced to do it on 3rd and 18. But everything that they've completed so far has been short, and then the long runs. There's another one short to Wires. He's got space. spins away from a tackle. He's inside the 10. I believe he's got a first down. That's going to be a pickup of about 20. His 6th catch, he's got 100 yards receiving on the night.
And it is a first down, Brian.
Actually, they mark it on the 7, so it's actually a gain of 21, and that gives Wires 101 yards receiving in this first half. No score, 5:05 to go. Wildwood has not scored an offensive touchdown since before Labor Day, and they are threatening to do so here. 1st and 10 at the 7. Dozier back, looking, fakes, throws incomplete, nearly intercepted. Leroy Anderson on the coverage. He knocked it down. Yeah, Wildwood won their opener 28-21. Since then, they've only scored 1 touchdown. That came on a punt return. So they've been shut out 3 times. And they kind of had an unfortunate circumstance last week. They had a long pass completed to Wires that would have given Wildwood a 1st and goal at the 3 at Gloucester Catholic last week. And the play was called back due to penalty, and Wildwood never really threatened to score again. 2nd and goal from the 7. Dozier running right. Throws. It is incomplete. Looking for Hans, and Hans couldn't come up with it. 3rd and goal from the 7.
And Brian,
Hans was open there, buddy, but I actually thought Dozier may have been able to run for a touchdown there.
Well, Junior Hans has not touched the football yet here in this first half.
Well, he had the lateral a few plays ago. I know you're still writing your stats down from like 8 plays ago, but he had the lateral that he 3rd and goal from the 7. Dozier looking. Throws it out in the flat to Hans. Hans sticks his head down. Touchdown! No, they're going to mark him down short. Wow, Wildwood looks incredulous down there, but they're going to mark him short. And this is going to bring up a 4th and goal from the 1. And not to overthink this, buddy, if you're Wildwood, you got to call a timeout here, put Hans back at quarterback, and quarterback sneak it. Dozier's in the shotgun here. Now he's going to walk up under center. Takes the snap, goes forward, and he's in for the touchdown.
And that time the Wildwood offensive line did a very good job, Brian. They got a good push forward, and Jordan Dozier, he did the rest.
And Wildwood will bring the tee out for the extra point. Dozier's the holder. Hans is the kicker. Oh, and it looks like KIPP jumped offside. This may rethink it for Wildwood. They may go for 2. Let's see.
And that's just another penalty against the Titans.
Looks like Wildwood will take the penalty. Now, whether they go for 2 or not, it looks like they're keeping the tee out. That moves the ball up to the 1.5. It's interesting. They line up for this extra point all the way on the right hash. Snap and a hold are good. The kick is partially blocked. The blocking coverage wasn't there. So it's 6-0. Wildwood, 3:52 to go in the first half. And Wildwood gets its first offensive touchdown since the first game of the season. Hall's Carpet Care is a proud sponsor of Cape Atlantic Live sports broadcasts, specializing in carpet and upholstery cleaning, air duct and dryer vent cleaning, and home watch services. Hall's Carpet Care gives you the clean you expect and the service you deserve. Check them out at hallscarpetcare.com or give them a call at 609-463-3733. Cape Atlantic Live sports broadcasts are proudly supported by Ribeye Steaks, serving the finest Angus ribeye steak sandwiches, sausage, roast pork, and much more, all on the freshest rolls in South Jersey. Be sure to check out ribeyes at many of the major festivals and weekend events throughout Cape May County. For more info on ribeye steaks, call 609-602-3378. Be sure to check out the Mudhen Brewing Company, the Dogtooth Bar and Grill, and Poppis Brick Oven Pizza and Kitchen in Wildwood for great dining and entertainment experiences for the entire family. And congratulations to the Mudhen on recently being named the best brew pub in New Jersey. The Mudhen, the Dogtooth, and Poppis proudly support CapeAtlanticLive.com. So Wildwood has the 6-0 lead, 3:52 to go in the first half.
And Brian, again,
The penalties hurting KIPP, buddy, on that drive.
Absolutely. And Wildwood's going to want to shut KIPP down right here again offensively.
They pop another short kick that bounces around and bumped out of bounds as the return man who took it on one hop. KIPP will have it around their own 40. What I've been surprised at with KIPP, buddy, is that they've had the penalties that have moved them back. When they've run the ball, they've actually been successful. And, I thought a couple of times on those couple 1st and 20s, why not just continue to run it? And we'll see what they do here. 1st and 10 at their own 40. They trail 6-0, 3:49 to go before halftime.
Well, again, Brian, talking to their coach, Coach Tompkins, before the game, he said they like to throw the football.
There's a quick pass that's complete. Oh, nice move. Great move by Shamar Matthews. Turned no gain into a gain of about 7. Thomas Rios on the stop. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. I don't care what you like to do, buddy. You need to do what you can do well.
Exactly.
I mean, I would have liked to have played Major League Baseball, but I'm not good enough at it. That's why I'm here, right?
Yes.
Part of the reason. 2nd and 3. Ward looks. We have another hold. Throws it downfield. It's caught. And I think we have another flag down there. This is going to negate everything. I think we have a flag on the far side. I think that might be for a face mask on Wildwood. Or is that a flag? I'm sorry. I thought there was a flag thrown down there, but it was not. So this is going to be a hold, and it's going to bring it back. That is another big gain negated by a penalty for KIPP. That was a gain of about 25 yards on the completion to Jazir Thompson. But now it's going to bring up 2nd and 13. The officials seem to be a little confused as to where the original line of scrimmage was. They do have it correct now. And it's going to move it back to the 37. So 2nd and 3, actually for what would have been a 1st and 10 inside Warrior territory. Now turns into 2nd and 13 due to the penalty on KIPP Cooper Norcross Academy. They trail Wildwood 6-0. Back to pass, being chased. Ward, now he wants to run it. He's going to bounce it outside, try to cut it back. He's still on his feet cutting back. And now he's going to turn the corner on the outside, and he's got a big gain and finally taken out of bounds at the Wildwood 35-yard line.
And that was all Jakir Ward, Brian.
All the way down to the 35-yard line. That is some kind of run, some kind of athleticism by Jakir Ward. And now they have a 1st and 10 at the Wildwood 35. I believe this is the deepest they've been in Wildwood's territory so far this game. And now KIPP is going to call a timeout. That's their second of the half. The Wildwood Recreation Department and the Byrne Community Center proudly support high school football on KPAtlanticLive.com. Be sure to check out their big event for the Halloween season, a trunk or treat in a haunted house at the Byrne Community Center on Friday, October 27th from 5 to 8 p.m. Call 609-522-5837 for more information. Ulmer's Appliance Service is a proud supporter of Cape Atlantic Live. A family-owned and operated business since 1974, Ulmer's Appliance services all the top appliance brands. Give Ulmer's a call at 609-368-4444 or log on to ulmersappliance.com. Bal Harbor Hotels supports high school football on Cape Atlantic Live and KPAtlanticLive.com. A beautiful oceanfront resort, the Bal Harbor sits directly on one of the East Coast's best beaches in Wildwood Crest. Know someone planning a vacation or needs a room for a night or two? Have them check out the Bal Harbor through balharborhotels.com or by calling 609-522-3343. Square One Design has nearly 20 years of experience in designing websites, building online marketing campaigns, and creating custom web applications. Square One Design is a proud sponsor of high school football on KPAtlanticLive.com. So out of the timeout, 2:16 to go in the half. That big run by Jakir Ward on a scramble puts KIPP in business at the Wildwood 35-yard line.
That was a 28-yard pickup, Brian. And as you said, they're now on the Wildwood 35-yard line. 2:16 to play in this first half. The Warriors lead the Titans 6-0, but plenty of time for KIPP High School to get themselves a score.
Ward throws it on the outside. That's complete, short of the first down. Jaheim Edmondson. And it's going to be a pickup of around 7 or 8. Bring up 2nd and 3. Edmondson did get out of bounds, so that stopped the clock. 2:10 to go.
And that was a heads-up play, Brian, by Edmondson.
Ward hands it off. Going through the middle and getting the first down is Robinson. It's a pickup of 6. Down to the Wildwood 21. $1:45 to go before halftime. Clock is moving here after they reset the chains. And Wildwood needs a big play here on defense to be able to keep the lead here at halftime. 1st and 10 at the 21. Ward back, rolls to his left, throws toward the corner, caught for a touchdown.
Wow, that was a really well-thrown.
Jasir Thompson. Junior Hans was late getting over there.
Brian, that was a well-thrown ball.
All right, now you got a big play here as KIPP scores the touchdown. And let's see if they go for two. They do have a kicker, but there's no T out there, at least not that I see.
Well, their kicker is as Coach Tompkins said, is a work in progress.
Aren't we all? The 21-yard touchdown pass. And running in for the 2-point conversion. Oh, we have a flag down. Now, Wildwood's claiming that Ward did not get in. Let's see who the flag's on. So if he did not get in and the flag's on KIPP, it's an illegal formation. Now, the question is, did Ward actually get in? I never saw an official signal whether he got in or not. Because if he didn't get in, Wildwood can just decline the penalty.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But as you said,
I didn't see an indication from any official that he had gotten in. So now it's going to bring up a 2-point conversion from the 8. Wildwood was claiming they tackled Ward short of the goal line. So here we go on the 2-point conversion. KIPP trying to take the lead from the 8-yard line now after the penalty. They throw a slant and trying to break tackles, but ultimately being stuffed back at the 15-yard line is Ramir Knock. Good pursuit by Wildwood. And I don't know who that first player was, but it was a big play on the slant. A Wildwood player slowed up Knock just enough to get the pursuit over there and prevent him from getting to the end zone. So it's tied at 6 with 1:16 to go before halftime. The Cabrera companies are a strong supporter of local sports coverage on Cape Atlantic Live. Whether it's buying or renting property at the Jersey Shore, management services for homeowners and condo associations, or residential home repairs and home improvements, be sure to check out Cabrera Companies. Locally owned and operated in Wildwood Crest. Log on to CabreraCompanies.com or call 855-633-2300 for more information.
you know,
The Wildwood Crest Police Officers Association and the department's new K9 unit are proud supporters of CapeAtlanticLive.com. For more information about supporting the Wildwood Crest Police Officers Association and the Wildwood Crest K9 unit, contact Wildwood Crest Police at 609-522-2456. Sorry, buddy.
You know, Coach Tompkins and the rest of his coaching staff have got to be highly frustrated with the amount of penalties and killer penalties
No doubt.
his team has gotten here in this first half. And Wildwood has yet to be penalized.
Kickoff is a bouncing line drive taken by Rossett. He's tackled at the 32. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Wildwood with 1:09 to go in the half. Tied at 6.
Well, again, Brian, there's plenty of time, 1:09 on the clock, and I believe Wildwood has 2 timeouts left.
Well, they have at least 2. I think they have all 3, actually. Scoreboard says they have all 3 left. So they have it at their own 32. Wildwood will get the ball to start the second half. And they do come out in a throwing formation with 4 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, Boy, Hans has single coverage out here on the near side. They're going to throw it over the middle to him. He makes a diving reception at the 40. And it's a pickup of 8. Back to pass. Throws it out in the flat to Busham. Busham trying to break tackles. And he will, I believe, get the first down, which would stop the clock anyway, but Wildwood's going to take a timeout.
Tell you, that was a nice little move, Brian, by Harley Busham, because he was going to go down before he was able to get to the down marker. He made a nice little hip fake, and we're waiting to see.
Well, he's got the first down.
Yes.
He gets a pickup of 3. Not for Long Media is a strong supporter of Cape Atlantic Live sports broadcast, managed by NFL veteran and Cape May resident Colin Thompson. Not for Long Media is a content hub made up of several podcasts and YouTube shows talking all things sports, food, drinks, travel, culture, and much more. You can check them out at notforlongmedia.com. So it's Wildwood and KIPP Cooper Norcross Academy tied at 6, 42 seconds left in the first half. And with all the penalties and passing plays, this has been an awfully long first half. First and 10 for Wildwood, 4 receivers to the near side. Throwing over the middle. Oh, nearly intercepted, and that would have been all kinds of trouble for Wildwood. But Tyrell Chavis couldn't come up with it, but Chavis had nothing but empty space in front of him. That may have been returned for a touchdown. 2nd and 10 for Wildwood, 38 seconds to go. Wildwood still with 2 timeouts remaining.
Yes, Brian, if that ball would have been picked off by the Titans, you're 100% correct. There was all kinds of opportunity for a good return.
Thrown over the middle of Wires. Breaks 1 tackle. We have a first penalty on Wildwood. This game's going to come back. It was a block in the back right out in the open field. And that's going to bring it back. I mean, let's face it, buddy, you officiated, I officiate basketball. When the penalties are 7-8-0, the officials are going to look to get one against you. And, that penalty was committed right out in the open field. That was pretty easy to see.
Yes, it was. And what a tough time, for the Warriors to get that first penalty. It's going to move the ball back to the Wildwood 46.
So it actually ends up as a gain of a couple after all that's said and done. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 7. At their own 46. Yeah, it looks like Wildwood moved early here. Wildwood's had all kinds of trouble this year, buddy. Anytime they go to double count, their linemen just cannot stay still. Well, the officials are coming together here. I don't know what the discussion's about. It was pretty obvious that a Wildwood player moved early. You're at the point here, buddy. You're getting the ball to start the second half. It's 2nd down and 13 with 28 seconds to go. To me, you're either throwing this ball deep down the field or just run it and get out of here and get the halftime.
Well, Brian, you've said that a couple times in the first half. Wildwood does need to air the ball out, you know, when the opportunity presents itself, and this is definitely one of those times.
Dozier throws, caught by Rossett. He's hit right away. It's a gain of about 4. Actually, I'll call it a gain of 3. And this is going to bring up a 3rd and 8. 19 seconds to go. Wildwood takes its second timeout. Crest Savings Bank is a proud supporter of Cape Atlantic Live broadcasts and CapeAtlanticLive.com. Banking since 1919 with branches to serve you across Cape May County. Check out all the services Crest Savings Bank has to offer at CrestSavings.com. So 3rd and 8, 19 seconds to go here.
Wildwood with the football on their own 45-yard line. And, you know, to point out the obvious, Wildwood does not want a turnover right, you know, at this point in this half. 19 seconds, and we're tied at 6.
Well, now we have players moving all over the place again. I believe that one's going to be against KIPP. But no, I think this is going to be called against Wildwood. It looked like a Wildwood. Now they do call offside. The one official almost indicated that it would go against Wildwood. So now it's a 3rd and 3. What's been a penalty-marred first half here. Thank goodness these games start at 6 and not 7.
Yeah.
3rd and 3 for Wildwood. 19 seconds to go in the half. We're tied at 6. Ball right at the midfield stripe. Whoa. And KIPP's offside again. That's going to give Wildwood a first down.
And that time it was one of the inside defenders, the interior line. Well, this is definitely one way to move the football down the field without the clock starting.
That is true. So now it's 1st and 10 at the 45. 19 seconds to go. Dozier back. Has some time. It's caught by Hans. He's got a first down. Goes down. And will momentarily stop the clock. And they spike it with 5 seconds to go. And let's see what happens. It almost seems like there might be an indication they may put time back on the clock. That, buddy, that right there really was not the time to run up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
No.
You really needed to take that last time out because you would have taken that time out with 10 seconds left, and it would have given you a shot to run 2 more plays if you had thrown an incompletion. Now with 6 seconds left, they end up putting 6 seconds on the clock. You really only have a chance for one play here.
Yeah, and it's going to be a Hail Mary.
Yeah, I mean that timeout should have been called, and you're going to end up going to halftime with a timeout in your pocket. So Wildwood has it at the 29-yard line. Most likely the final play of the half. Dozier back, looking, he's throwing toward the corner, and it's incomplete. Great coverage out there by KIPP's Nyshawn Rex, and that will do it for the half. Now, Coach Ken Loomis is looking for more time to be put back on.
Well, he wants that 1 second back on the clock, which would give him one more play, and I think he's going to get it.
Oh, so they are going to put 1 second on the clock. KIPP's players had gone to the sideline, and now they got to come back out onto the field.
I was going to say, Brian, that would have been a real good time to run the play.
Yeah,
with the Titans on the sideline.
The Wildwood ran the right play there. You know, they had single coverage out on their best athlete in Junior Hans, but Nyshawn Rex made a great play. And now Wildwood will call a timeout. You see.
So Wildwood uses that last timeout of the first half, as Brian said, and there's 1 second on the clock. Wildwood has the ball on the KIPP.
29-yard line.
Yes.
I know that
well,
that glass you're looking through, buddy, needs a little Windex on it.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenging look.
So let's see what Wildwood runs, and I think.
Well, having Wires and Hans gives them two pretty good threats downfield. I mean, especially with Wires. I mean, how many yards has he added after the catch?
Right.
He's had a tremendous first half.
Yeah, Wires has 7 catches for 113 yards in this first half for Wildwood. 1 second to go in the half. And let's see if Wildwood can get something going to the end zone here. Dozier back, looking, throws, tipped, incomplete. And that will be the end of the first half. And it is 6-6. A sloppy one, but it's a competitive one here, as Wildwood and KIPP Cooper Norcross Academy are tied at 6. We'll step away with the audio for most of the halftime, as Wildwood will have their homecoming festivities coming up, and we'll be back with the second half in about 15 or 20 minutes. Back live on Cape Atlantic Live at CapeAtlanticLive.com. I'm Brian Kniff with Buddy Tarbotton. Long first half, but we've got a very competitive game here. Wildwood and KIPP Cooper Norcross Academy tied at 6. We have some incredible statistics from the first half. Wildwood actually threw the ball 30 times in that first half. Jordan Dozier, 13 for 30, 150 yards. James Wires with 7 of those catches for 113 yards at the half. And one of the other big numbers in this game, KIPP Cooper Norcross Academy has been penalized 11 times for 92 yards in the first half. Wildwood was flagged twice for 15 yards. The Warriors have only tried 4 running plays, and they've resulted in negative 14 yards. And now you know why they're throwing the ball so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Wildwood will get the ball to start the second half here. And we're tied at 6. We had the long halftime due to homecoming and a long first half due to all the penalties and all the pass plays.
Yes, absolutely. I mean,
having it teed up.
The incompletions stop the clock every time.
Jordan Darby has it teed up at the 40. Rossett and Hans are back deep to receive. Wildwood with the maroon jerseys moving from right to left. Short kick. It's a line drive. And a good play made by an up man, freshman Vinny Sweeney. And Wildwood will take over at its own 37-yard line, 38-yard line. That's a good play by Sweeney to giving Wildwood pretty decent field position as he fielded the squib kick and went straight to the ground.
That was a very
actually, they're going to mark it up at the 39.
That was a very heads-up play by the freshman, Brian.
Yeah, he just recently returned to the lineup too, buddy. He was out with an injury for the first couple of games of the season, and they're trying to work him in on special teams and such. He'll be a key player moving forward in this program, Vinny Sweeney. 1st and 10 for Wildwood at their own 39. We're tied at 6 as we start with the first offensive play of the second half here on Cape Atlantic Live. Thanks for joining us. Brian Kniff with Buddy Tarbotton. Sam Cohen handling the video production behind the scenes. 5 receivers. Hans goes in motion. They hand it to him. He's going to try to turn the corner. He got a great block from Wires out there, and he cuts it up and gets 13 and a first down. They ran that play earlier. Hans didn't get the block and got tackled for a loss. And James Wires with a terrific block on the outside. Hans did the right thing. Wires was blocking out toward the sideline, and Hans cut behind Wires' inside shoulder and got 13 and a first down.
Yeah, that was a great block by Wires. And then Junior Hans doing an excellent job in reading the block and the way it was set up and made that great cutback move in first play of the second half, and it's a 13-yard gain and a first down.
4 receivers near side, 1 to the far side, empty backfield. And it looks like the right guard for Wildwood moved early. So now it's a 1st and 15. Moves the ball back to the Wildwood side of the field at the 47.
$11:03 to go here in the third quarter.
The clock should be moving, and now it finally is. That last play was a running play before the penalty. Dozier back, looking. He's throwing deep. This is intercepted. There was no Wildwood player in the area. Dozier threw it deep. It's picked off. And finally being taken down at the Wildwood 45-yard line is Tyrell Chavis.
And Chavis, senior, and man, he had nothing to do.
Just catch the ball.
Just catch the ball. It was almost like he was fielding a punt.
So mistake there by Jordan Dozier. There was no Wildwood player within 10 yards there. Now, I'm saying mistake by Dozier, but I don't know if a Wildwood player didn't run the right route or if Dozier thought he saw something that actually wasn't there. But that was an easy interception by Tyrell Chavis. So KIPP in business at the Wildwood 45-yard line, 1st and 10. It's a handoff. Sprinting to the outside, turning the corner is Robinson. And Thomas Rios finally ushers him out of bounds after a gain of 6. Wildwood sideline screaming for a holding call that doesn't come.
And again, Robinson with that 6-yard pickup puts the ball inside the Warrior 40. The ball, it will now be 2nd down and 4 from the 39 for the Titans.
Tied at 6, early stages, 3rd quarter. KIPP trying to take advantage of the Warrior turnover. 2nd and 4. Ward back to pass. Flushed out to his left. He's looking. There is a flag down, but he goes down and is sacked.
And that flag.
Thomas Rios was over there. I believe Wildwood will decline this. It's a hold. Now, the sack was a 10-yard loss, so obviously you decline the holding penalty. And now it'll be 3rd and 14. So, big play here for Wildwood defensively. Now, KIPP has converted a couple of 3rd and longs, a 4th and long and a 3rd and long. Ward back. Throws outside, too low and incomplete. Shamar Matthews tried to come back to the ball but couldn't. And he would have been well short of the 1st down anyway.
Well, he really tried to sell that, Brian, that he was able to scoop it, but he was not. The one official was right there on top of it.
So 4th and 14 here, and let's see what KIPP does. They are on Wildwood's side of the field, but only at the 49. Hans is back as if KIPP's going to punt.
And again, now.
Well, they look like they're going to go for it here. So 4th and 14. Ward back, looking, throwing deep, and it is caught. What a catch. Jaheim Edmondson in double coverage on 4th and 13, catches it down inside the 25-yard line.
And I'll tell you, that was again a well-thrown ball, and Ward finding, his very athletic wide receiver, and Edmondson was not going to be denied, Brian.
I don't know if you can fault the Wildwood coverage. There were 2 players right there. Edmondson just made a terrific catch. 1st and 10 at the Wildwood 22 now. Ward back. Throws over the mid or toward the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Jasir Thompson got behind the defense, and KIPP takes the lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, KIPP wasted no time in converting that Wildwood turnover into 6 points. And there's a Wildwood player down on the field.
It's actually a KIPP player down on the field, buddy.
Okay, well.
On the far side.
Yes.
And, it is very warm and humid, so you just hope that that's a cramp and nothing more. So KIPP takes the 12-6 lead. The PAT to come. We have a stoppage due to injury here. Be sure to check out the Mudhen Brewing Company, the Dogtooth Bar and Grill, and Poppis Brick Oven Pizza and Kitchen in Wildwood for great dining and entertainment experiences for the entire family. And congratulations to the Mudhen on recently being named the best brew pub in New Jersey. The Mudhen, the Dogtooth, and Poppis proudly support KIPPAtlanticLive.com. Bal Harbor Hotels and Wildwood Crest support high school football on Cape Atlantic Live and KIPPAtlanticLive.com. If you know someone planning a vacation or needs a room for a night or two, have them check out the Bal Harbor and Wildwood Crest through balharborhotels.com or by calling 522-3343. Ulmer's Appliance Service is a proud supporter of Cape Atlantic Live and KIPPAtlanticLive.com, a family-owned and operated business since 1974. Ulmer's Appliance Service is all the top appliance brands. Give Ulmer's Appliance a call, 609-368-4444, or log on to ulmersappliance.com.
And that injured Titan, Brian, was number 56, Micaiah Moore, and he was able to get up and get off the field under his own power.
Ward takes the snap, and we're going to have a flag, I believe, illegal motion or illegal procedure on KIPP. So this will make it an 8-yard, 2-point try. As KIPP scores on its first offensive possession of the second half, helped along by that interception that gave them good field position inside Wildwood's territory.
Yes, that turnover against the Warriors, and as you know, we both said, and the Titans took full advantage.
Ward back to pass, being chased, flushed out to the right, throws back to the middle. It's incomplete, knocked down by a diving Wires. KIPP looking for a pass interference penalty that's not coming, and the pass fails, so it's 12-6. 9:11 left in the third quarter. Hall's Carpet Care is a proud sponsor of Cape Atlantic Live sports broadcast, specializing in carpet and upholstery cleaning, air duct and dryer vent cleaning, and home watch services. Hall's Carpet Care gives you the clean you expect and the service you deserve. Check them out at hallscarpetcare.com or give them a call at 609-463-3733. Cape Atlantic Live sports broadcasts are proudly supported by Ribeye Steaks, serving the finest Angus ribeye steak sandwiches, sausage, roast pork, and much more, all on the freshest rolls in South Jersey. Be sure to check out ribeyes at many of the major festivals and weekend events throughout Cape May County. For more information on ribeye steaks, 609-602-3378. So KIPP leads 12-6 after scoring the touchdown on the 22-yard pass from Jakir Ward to Jazir Thompson.
And Brian, our longtime journalism crony, who also started at the Wildwood Leader way back in the day, Dave Weinberg, he departed at halftime. And Brian, he said he came over here because he heard it was senior night, and he thought he was going to get in for free.
Right. Kicking off is Jordan Darby. Bouncing kick, pick up by Hans at the 20. Hans breaks one tackle, still on his feet at the 35, and then driven back. So Wildwood will take over at its own 35.
Well, the Warriors will start this drive at the 9:01 mark with good field position. Now let's see what they can do in regards to putting a drive together.
It's the first time Wildwood's trailed in the game. Hans goes in motion. Dozier looks, throwing deep, incomplete. He was looking for Alex Ruiz. And it's 2nd and 10 at the 35. Wildwood ran just 4 running plays in the first half. It netted them negative 14 yards, which is why they've been going empty backfield almost exclusively since the second quarter. Play here or there, they put a running back in the backfield, but now here comes Hans in motion. They hand it to him, and he was stripped of the football. Wildwood does no, they don't recover. It's recovered by KIPP. It looked like a Wildwood player had jumped on it, but KIPP's going to have it at the Wildwood 20.
And as you said, you know, they get the ball, they put it in Junior's hands, and he's trying to run wide right, but he's met with a couple of Titan defenders, and they strip the football right from Hans's hands.
Well, he
and
never
then recover the fumble.
He never really had a chance. I mean, he was hit almost immediately after taking that handoff. Now we have a timeout on the field with KIPP leading 12-6, threatening to extend this lead. Square One Design has nearly 20 years of experience designing websites, building online marketing campaigns, and creating custom web applications. Square One Design is a proud sponsor of high school football on KapeAtlanticLive.com. The Cabrera companies are a strong supporter of local sports coverage on Cape Atlantic Live. Whether it's buying or renting property at the Jersey Shore, management services for homeowners and condo associations, or residential home repairs and home improvements, be sure to check out Cabrera Companies, locally owned and operated in Wildwood Crest. Log on to CabreraCompanies.com or call 855-633-2300 for more information. Not for Long Media is a strong supporter of Cape Atlantic Live sports broadcasts. Managed by NFL veteran and Cape May resident Colin Thompson, Not for Long Media is a content hub made up of several podcasts and YouTube shows talking all things sports, food, drinks, travel, culture, and much more. You can check them out at notforlongmedia.com. So kind of a watershed moment here for Wildwood in this second half. They really need to get a stop here. Consecutive turnovers, and they trail 12-6. Ward back to pass, looking, throwing deep toward the end zone, and it is incomplete. James Wires in there on the coverage. Pass was intended for Jasir Thompson.
And it looked like Thompson had the Warrior defender beat. But he couldn't come down with the football.
Mackay Rob Peace to Ward's right. He gets the handoff. And he's taken down after a gain of about 5 or 6. Now we have another Warrior player injured on the far side. And that injured player is Dante Verone, as he's being tended to. KIPP leads at 12-6, 8:25 to go third quarter. The Wildwood Crest Police Officers Association and the department's new K9 unit are proud supporters of CapeAtlanticLive.com. For more information about supporting the Wildwood Crest Police Officers Association and the Wildwood Crest K9 unit, contact Wildwood Crest Police at 609-522-2456. So Dante Verone coming off under his own power. And he'll have to sit out at least a play. It'll bring up actually Mark Mackay Rob Peace for a gain of 4, so it's 3rd and 6. The Warriors' 16-yard line. 8:10 to go before the end of the third quarter. Ward takes the snap. Back to pass. Looking. Throwing toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Junior Hans in there on the coverage. And, buddy, I don't particularly understand that play call on 3rd and 6. You got 2 downs to get 6 yards. I don't know why you wouldn't run. I mean, they've had some success running the football. They've had to throw because of all the penalties that have put them in 1st and long and 2nd and long. But, on a 3rd and 6 at this stage of the field, I don't know why you wouldn't run the ball. Now you're almost forced to put it in the air on 4th and 6.
And with 7:56 to play here in this third quarter, and, I agree with you, Brian. But, again, in talking to Coach Tompkins, he said this is a team that likes to throw the football.
Well, again, I don't care what you like to do. Do something you're doing well. They've been running the football well tonight. Ward back to pass again. He's flushed out, running to his left. Still running, throwing toward the back of the end zone. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Junior Hans. He's got some room on the outside. Gets one block outside the 30 and finally taken down at the 35.
And I'll tell you what,
and let's see if that interception sparks Wildwood as they need to get something going here.
And that tackle, by the Titans, that was a little questionable. It went high up around Hans's neck.
Right.
It was close to a horse collar, but nonetheless, it still was a rather high hit.
So 1st and 10 for Wildwood at their own 35. They dodge that trouble as they pick off the pass in the end zone on 4th down. And Dozier does the right thing and throws that away. He had no one open, so he threw it well over Hans's head on the near sideline. 2nd down and 10.
And, like you said, Brian, this is an opportunity here for the Warriors. Now, do they get some positive momentum out of this? Right now, 2nd and 10, they have the ball on their own 35-yard line, 7:35 to play third quarter. It's the Titans 12, the Warriors 6.
4 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Hans comes in motion to the near side. Dozier back, looking, still looking, throws well over the head of Alex Ruiz.
Yeah, that ball was not catchable. I mean, that landed really almost in the middle of the field with where nobody, defenders or offensive players, were around.
So it brings up 3rd and 10 for Wildwood. Dozier's 0 for 3 in this half after completing 13 of 30 in the first half. Rolls to his right. He's being chased. Throws. What a catch by Hans at the 45-yard line. A sliding catch and a gain of 20.
And again, that's where Junior Hans is showing that athleticism and those great hands that he has.
And Dozier got that away just in time, buddy. He was really being chased by Ashawn Robinson. And gives Wildwood a first down at the KIPP Cooper Norcross Academy 46-yard line. Four receivers to the near side, one to the far side now. Dozier takes the snap, has some time, throws over the middle of wires, incomplete.
So now it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Wildwood with the football on the Titans' 46-yard line. 6:46 left in this third quarter, and the Warriors trail 12-6. Trying to take advantage of the interception.
Hans has 4 catches for 50 yards for Wildwood. Dozier back. Oh, he's being flushed to the right. He's going to run. He's got all kinds of space. He's going to get a first down as he picks up about 12 down to the 35-yard line, inside the right at the 35. Called a gain of 11. That is by far Wildwood's longest running play of the game.
Well, and
excuse me, it's the second longest running play of the game. Hans had the 13-yarder on the first play of the second half.
Well, and give Jordan Dozier, the sophomore, give him a lot of credit there. He did the right thing. He was looking downfield. He saw that he had a lot of space down along that sideline. He tucked it. You know, he took off, got past the first down marker, the yard marker, and then was able to step out of bounds.
1st and 10 for Wildwood at the 35. Oh, and it looked like Junior Hans moved early out of his receiver position. And that'll move them back 5 yards, back to the 40.
And as Brian said, again, now Wildwood with the ball on the 40-yard line of KIPP.
.6:38 to go, third quarter. Wildwood trailing 12-6. Dozier back, has some time. He's looking, floats it over the middle. It's incomplete. And that was well overthrown.
So now it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 15 for the Warriors.
Second down and 15 for Wildwood. Ball is on the 40-yard line.
By the time this is over, buddy, we may be heading into longest high school game in the history of the sport.
I thought you were going to say we'd be heading into Halloween.
We could be. Dozier out on the far side, caught by wires. No, they're going to say he was out of bounds. No, actually, he didn't hang on. He didn't hang on up near the first down marker.
Third down.
It brings up 3rd and 15. Third and 15 at the KIPP 40-yard line. 6:27 to go in the third quarter.
And Brian,
There are some 6 o'clock games across South Jersey, buddy, that are already finals. And we still have 6:27 to go in the third quarter here.
and I believe Wildwood is in 2-down territory. They can pick up a chunk of yards right here.
Dozier back, has some time. Now he tucks it, and he's going to run. And he's going to pick up maybe 3. But better than being sacked. So 4th and 12 for Wildwood at the KIPP 37-yard line. $5:50 to go in the third quarter. This is one of the rare plays where the clock's running after the play. We've had all these incomplete passes tonight. And Wildwood better hurry up out of the huddle here because I think the play clock is in danger of expiring, but the back judge is not counting just yet. 4th down and 12. Dozier back, looking, fakes, throws, tipped, nearly intercepted. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that was very, very close to being intercepted. But Wildwood will now turn the ball over on downs.
Dozier's just 1 for 8 through the air in this second half. 14 for 38 for the game. So KIPP will take over at their own 37-yard line, leading 12-6. Crest Savings Bank is a proud supporter of Cape Atlantic Live Broadcast and CapeAtlanticLive.com. Banking since 1919 with branches to serve you across Cape May County. Check out all the services Crest Savings Bank has to offer at CrestSavings.com. Hall's Carpet Care is a proud sponsor of Cape Atlantic Live sports broadcasts, specializing in carpet and upholstery cleaning, air duct and dryer vent cleaning, and home watch services. Hall's Carpet Care gives you the clean you expect and the service you deserve. Check them out at hallscarpetcare.com or give them a call at 609-463-3733. Wildwood Recreation Department and the Byrne Community Center proudly support high school football on CapeAtlanticLive.com. Check out their big event for the Halloween season, or trunk or treat and a haunted house at the Byrne Community Center on Friday, October 27th from 5 to 8. 609-522-5837 for more info. 1st and 10 for KIPP at their own 37. They lead 12-6. You got to think they're going to start running the football.
Well, yes. I mean, take time off the clock, move the ball.
They hand it to Robinson, and he's taken down for a loss by Nick Croce.
It's going to be a 2-yard loss, Brian.
So it's 2nd down and 12. Jakir Ward takes the snap, fires out in the flat. It's caught, taken down immediately for a gain of about 5. Is Ramir Knock.
That was Harley Busham on the stop.
It was a good tackle out in space. Brings up 3rd and 7. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Wildwood trailing KIPP 12-6. Three receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Ward back to pass, looking, throws it out in the flat. It is broken up by Justice Santiago. Great play by Santiago. He's had a good game back there, buddy.
Yeah, he has. He's played very well tonight.
He's got an interception and a couple of pass breakups. This will bring up 4th down and 7, and KIPP will send the punting unit on.
Well, you know, Brian, right now, KIPP has the lead. There's 3:32 to go here in this third quarter. You know, the football is on their own 40-yard line, so punting is the right decision.
Ramir Knock back to punt. Junior Hahn standing inside his own 30. KIPP only had 10 players on the field, so Robinson runs on late. It's a high but short kick, and will bounce out of bounds at around the 32-yard line. And they'll mark it at the 33. And Wildwood needs to get something going here, trailing 12-6. You know, James Wires, buddy, who at halftime had 7 catches for 113 yards, has not caught a ball yet here in the second half. They've thrown to him a couple of times, but they've been incomplete. 1st and 10 for Wildwood at their own 33. Trailing 12-6. And now we have a timeout on the field. KIPP calls timeout. That's their second of the second half. So,
well, Brian, obviously there was something out there that for KIPP that the coaches did not like, so they wanted to call that timeout to make sure they were in the right coverage. And again, Wildwood, you know, with the football, 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. The Warriors need to get a drive together, get some confidence back on the offensive side of the football.
Lower Cape May has a 20-7 lead over Pittman late first half. That's a big division game for Lower Cape May. And Middle Township is on the road tomorrow. They play Buna at Vineland High at 10 a.m. Hahn's in motion for Wildwood. Dozier takes the snap, rolls to his right. He's under all kinds of pressure, breaks a tackle. He's going to run, and Jordan Dozier does well to get about 4 yards on that play. He should have been sacked. Maybe twice, buddy.
Yes, absolutely, Brian. He was able to spin free, not once but twice.
Second and 6 for Wildwood. At last report, Ocean City was leading St. Joseph 14-0 late in the first quarter, but that was a while ago. 12-6 Wildwood trails KIPP here. 2:15 to go in the third. And now we have more movement along the offensive front for Wildwood, and it's illegal procedure penalty. And now the penalties are starting to pile up against Wildwood in this second half. That's their third of this period after KIPP was flagged 11 times in the first half. So that's going to turn it into a 2nd and 11 now.
And, Brian, right now, these penalties that the Warriors are doing, they're so blatant and they're so wide out. And, I mean, they're wide in the open. I mean, they're easy calls for the official.
Second and 11. 4 receivers bunched to the far side. Ruiz the only one to the near side. Now Hans comes in motion to the near side. They fake to him. Dozier throws. It's caught. Short gain over there. Trevor Troiano with the catch. The freshman.
So the sophomore finds the freshman.
Troiano picks up 6. Brings up 3rd and 5. Good composure there by Jordan Dozier, buddy. He looked left, had nothing, started to roll to his right, and then saw Troiano open on the sideline. Big 3rd down for Wildwood, 3rd and 5. A minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Wildwood trails 12-6. Thanks for joining us here on KIPP Atlantic Live. I'm Brian Kniff with Buddy Tarbot and Sam Cohen handling the live video production for us. Four receivers split to the near side. Throws deep. And it is incomplete. He was looking for Junior Hans.
And Hans, he had 2 defenders split. But KIPP does a good job in making that, if that ball would have been thrown down a little lower, Junior would have had a chance.
Let's see what Wildwood does here. I mean, they've been known to gamble big time. It almost seems to me by what just happened, Ken Loomis, the coach, called Jordan Dozier back to the sideline. It almost seemed like he changed his mind on his original call. Let's see. Now, Wildwood never really lines up the punt. Jordan, the quarterback, always is just in the shotgun. 4th and 5. And Wildwood, Hans moved early again. And that looked like they were going to run a regular play there.
Yes, they did. Wildwood was not set up to punt. And we're down to 33 seconds to play here in this 3rd quarter. Now the ball's back on the Warrior 33-yard line.
This game is going to end up being longer than a college or NFL game, buddy. We are 2.5 hours into this thing, and we're not even at the end of the 3rd quarter yet. 4th and 10. Dozier's going to pass. Throws, caught by Busham, but taken down short of the 1st down, and KIPP's going to have great field position.
And Brian, yes, the KIPP's going to have great field position, and that ball, even it was thrown well and it was caught by Harley Busham, he wasn't beyond the 1st down marker.
So KIPP takes over, 1st and 10 at the Wildwood 41. They lead 12-6. And they can really go a long way toward taking control of this game if they score on this possession. Back to pass is Ward. Flushed out to his left, throws downfield. Had a man open, but it was underthrown. Was intended for Jasir Thompson down there. He was open, but the ball was underthrown.
21 seconds to go here in this third quarter.
One of the differences we're seeing, we've seen so much passing in this game. Wildwood passes because they have to. KIPP passes because they want to. 2nd and 10. Ward back to pass. No, it looks like a designed run to the left. And Ward is taken out of bounds after a gain of about 5 or 6.
Here, Ward on the run.
Bring up 3rd down. And 4. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. Stops the clock with 12 seconds to go in the third quarter.
3rd down and 4. Lucas Algiers back on the last play.
Ward, now he'll run to the near side. He's going to turn the corner. He's going to have the first down. He picks up about 7 or 8.
Ward on the run. Enough for first down.
That'll momentarily stop the clock for the first down, but that will be the final play of the quarter. We have a flag down here, though. So it's unsportsmanlike conduct on Wildwood.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Wildwood.
That'll move the ball half the distance to the goal. And I believe they're going to deem that the final play of the third quarter.
That is the end of the third quarter.
So KIPP leads Wildwood 12-6.
NORCROSS Academy.
Not for Long Media is a strong supporter of Cape Atlantic Live sports broadcast managed by NFL veteran and Cape May resident Colin Thompson. Not for Long Media is a content hub made up of several podcasts and YouTube shows talking all things sports, food, drinks, travel, culture, and much more. You can check them out at notforlongmedia.com. The Wildwood Crest Police Officers Association and the department's new K9 unit are proud supporters of CapeAtlanticLive.com. For more information about supporting the Wildwood Crest Police Officers Association and the Wildwood Crest K9 unit, contact Wildwood Crest Police at 609-522-2456. So, Wildwood trailing 12-6, and that penalty will move the ball very deep into Warrior territory here as we start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's going to put the ball all the way down on the 14-yard line.
Yeah, now you're at a point here where, as Wildwood just has had trouble sustaining drives, you get down by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter, it's going to be really difficult for you to come back. And that's what Wildwood faces here if they don't get a stop. Ward hands off. Robinson picking his way through the defense.
Ward hands off.
And he's got about 8.
Sean Robinson.
Bring up 2nd down and short. And Give him 7 on that run. 2nd and 3.
Second and 3 for the 7-yard line.
Just over 11 minutes to go in the game. KIPP leading 12-6, and they're threatening to take full control of this game. Handoff again to Robinson. Fumbles the football, and Wildwood misses it. And KIPP comes back up with it. It looked like Thomas Rios had every opportunity to recover that football, and he didn't.
Boy, that was an opportunity obviously Wildwood needed to capitalize on, Brian, and they did not.
Well, it's a loss of 9, so it'll bring up 3rd and 12. It looked like a couple of Warrior players had a crack at it, but Thomas Rios really should have fallen on that and didn't secure it. 3rd and 12 for KIPP.
Now we're under 10 minutes to play in this fourth quarter. It's the Titans 12, the Warriors 6.
Ward throws incomplete behind his intended receiver. He was looking for Thompson. And it brings up 4th down. 4th and 12. And Wildwood absolutely needs this stop.
Yeah, there's a lot laying on this drive. And as Brian said, Wildwood has got to stop the Titans right here.
Well, KIPP's taking an awfully long time getting this play in here. They're either going to have to call a timeout or they're going to be whistled for a delay of game penalty. Well, they're inside 5 seconds, I believe, on the play clock. Will they get it off? They do not. And it's a delay of game penalty on KIPP.
And that's going to put them in a 4th and 17, Brian.
So, yeah, now it's, as Buddy said, 4th and 17. They can get a first down at about the 4-yard line.
$9:38 to play. Wildwood trails KIPP High School 12-6.
So obvious passing down here on 4th and 17. Ward takes the snap. He's going to throw over the middle. Incomplete. Junior Hans arrived right at the same time as the ball and knocked it away from Ramir Knock, and Wildwood will take over on downs. Terrific play by Junior Hans. And Wildwood will take over at its own 21. So 9:14 to go. And we'll see what Wildwood can do here, but they have to start moving the football. And again, you know, James Wires had 7 catches for 113 yards in the first half, and they haven't been able to get him the ball in the second half. 9:14 to go. 5 receivers set again. 2 to the far side, 3 to the near side. They hand it off to Hans, who came around in motion. Can he turn the corner? He does, and he's going to drive his way up for a gain of about 7 or 8.
Taken out of bounds by number 24.
They'll mark him out of bounds at the 30. Or shy of the 30, excuse me, at the 28. It's a gain of 7. Second and 3. Dozier takes the snap, back to pass, looking, and I think he was either hit as he threw or the ball slipped out of his hands. Either way, it's an incomplete pass.
Well, again, Wildwood fortunate right there that didn't result in a turnover. So it's going to be, as Brian said, 3rd and 3. The ball is on the Warrior 38. They got to pick up 3 yards. 9:01 left to play in this football game. Wildwood trails 12-6.
Dozier takes the snap. He's hit, throws, caught by Hans. Dozier did a good job to evade that rush, and he throws to Hans for a pickup of about 6 and a first down.
First down for Wildwood, 1st and 10.
Called a gain of 7 as they mark it up at the 35.
Ball on the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Big first down for the Warriors.
Hans now 6 catches, 64 yards. 1st and 10 at their own 35. Hans goes in motion. They hand it to him. He tries to cut it up, breaks 1 tackle, couldn't break a second, but he does end up getting positive yards. He picked up about 3.
Gain of 2. 2nd down, 8 to go.
Mark him for a 2-yard gain. It's 2nd and 8. Or actually, it is a 3-yard gain up to the 38. 2nd and 7. 7:50 to go. Wildwood's receivers, a couple of them seem to be confused on where to line up. Dozier takes the snap, looking, he's throwing deep to Hans. What a catch! What a catch at the 37-yard line.
And again, Brian Jr., who's able to get behind the tight defender, and he made sure that he caught that football. He caught it, brought it in,
Yeah, well,
and he went to the ground.
I mean, it's a big gain, so in the grand scheme of things, maybe it doesn't matter. This is a horrific spot. Hans caught that ball and went down at about the 36 or 37-yard line. They mark it back at the 38. And they didn't rule him out of bounds because the clock is running after they reset the chain. 7 minutes to go. Wildwood trailing by 6. They have it at the KIPP 39. Dozier back. He wants to run. He's hit and taken down for a sack.
I'll tell you, there was nothing there as far as running the football.
It's a loss of 3. Bring up 2nd and 13. Actually, they're going to mark it back at the 43, so it's a loss of 4.
The Titans had that one well covered, well read, and that's a big 4-yard loss.
Wildwood will take its first time out of the second half on 2nd and 14. The Cabrera companies are a strong supporter of local sports coverage on Cape Atlantic Live and CapeAtlanticLive.com. Whether it's buying or renting property at the Jersey Shore, management services for homeowners and condo associations, or residential home repairs and home improvements, be sure to check out Cabrera Companies, locally owned and operated in Wildwood Crest. Log on to CabreraCompanies.com or call 855-633-2300 for more information. Square One Design has nearly 20 years of experience in designing websites, building online marketing campaigns, and creating custom web applications. Square One Design is a proud sponsor of high school football and KIPPAtlanticLive.com. The Wildwood Recreation Department and the Byrne Community Center proudly support high school football on KIPPAtlanticLive.com. Be sure to check out their big event for the Halloween season, a trunk or treat and a haunted house at the Byrne Community Center on Friday, October 27th from 5 to 8 p.m. Call 609-522-5837 for more information. So Wildwood facing a 2nd and 14 here. You know, Buddy, going back to that 26-yard reception by Junior Hans, the ball did not come out of Jordan Dozier's hand as well as it could have. You know, Hans had his man beaten, and it ended up being underthrown. He had to adjust to the football. You know, that could have been a touchdown. 2nd and 14 at the 43-yard line of KIPP. 6:26 to go in the fourth. Back to passes, Dozier rolls to his right, throws, caught by Trevor Troiano, and he's slung down after a short gain of about 5 or 6.
Wow.
Bring up a 3rd and long. It's 3rd and 9.
They're going to give him 1 yard.
That's a gain of 5. It was 2nd and 14 on the previous play.
Correct.
I know you were still writing down stats from the last time Kip Cooper had the ball. But
No, I was focused watching. Yeah. It just looked like the spot was going to be, it was not going to be a good spot again.
3rd and 9. Clock's moving. 5.5 to play. Wildwood trailing 12-6. Dozier takes the snap. Looking, throwing. Wires is wide open. He's got it. Turns, and he can't get in the end zone, but he's ushered out of bounds at the 5. That's a 33-yard gain there for Wildwood. First and goal for the Warriors. They will take a timeout. Now, actually, the timeout was called by the official. There's an injured player for KIPP down in the end zone. So Wildwood's going to have first and goal at the 5-yard line after this injury timeout. The Mudhen Brewing Company, the Dogtooth Bar and Grill, and Poppis Brick Oven Pizza and Kitchen in Wildwood support high school football on Cape Atlantic Live. Congratulations to the Mudhen on recently being named the best brew pub in New Jersey. And, buddy, any one of those 3 places sounds good for a meal right about now. This has been a long game.
Yeah. And I was thinking the same thing.
5:14 to go. It's 12-6 KIPP. Wildwood has the ball, first and goal at the KIPP 5-yard line. Dozier takes the snap, rolls to his left. He's going to try to run, and wow, that blows up, and it's a loss of 3.
Yeah,
that's going to move it back to the 8.
That was not a good decision right there.
Well, now you're probably looking at three shots to throw the football into the end zone here from the 8-yard line.
4:40 to play in this football game.
Yeah, needless to say, this is probably Wildwood's last chance here to try to tie this football game and maybe even take a lead. Second and 8. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Back is Dozier, looking over the middle, tipped and incomplete. He was looking for Hans, cutting across the middle of the field. Third and goal from the 8 with 4:07 to go.
Clock is stopped at the 4:07 mark. It's the Titans 12, the Warriors 6. And as Brian said, this could be Wildwood's last opportunity to be in this type of position to score a touchdown.
Three to the far side, 2 to the near side. Same formation as last play. Dozier back, rolls to his right, looking, throws, incomplete. Wires was open in the back of the end zone, and it was thrown too high. And this will bring up 4th down, and this might be the game here. And this is, Wildwood does still have 2 timeouts left, so KIPP would have, if Wildwood doesn't score, KIPP would have to get at least 1 first down. Well, now they only got 1 timeout left because Wildwood's going to take a timeout here on this 4th down play. Bal Harbor Hotels and Wildwood Crest support high school football on Cape Atlantic Live and KIPPAtlanticLive.com. If you know someone planning a vacation or needs a room for a night or two, have them check out the Bal Harbor through BalHarborHotels.com or by calling 522-3343. Ulmer's Appliance Service is a proud supporter of Cape Atlantic Live and KIPPAtlanticLive.com. A family-owned and operated business since 1974, Ulmer's Appliance services all the top appliance brands. Give Ulmer's Appliance a call at 609-368-4444 or check them out online at ulmersappliance.com. So it's 4th and goal for Wildwood at the 8-yard line of KIPP.
And you know what? Obviously it's what you play the game for, but now it comes down to this play, which could be, barring a penalty, it's the final play of this drive.
Well, here we go on 4th down. 4th and goal from the 8. Dozier takes the snap, back, being rushed, throws, caught by Wires, but he's going to be tackled way short of the goal line, and Wildwood will turn it over on downs. All right, so there's 3:54 left. Wildwood has 1 timeout.
That actually was a 2-yard loss, Brian. So KIPP will take over on their own 10-yard line.
Well, no, the ball's at the 5, buddy. It was a 3-yard gain.
You are correct.
So it's 1st and 10 for KIPP. And, Wildwood's going to need to try to force a turnover here. No doubt about it. Ward takes the snap. We have a flag and illegal procedure. That's going to move them back 2.5 yards. And it's 1st and 12.5. And it's, this is one of those instances here too, buddy. If you're Wildwood with the ball on the 2.5 yard line and KIPP working out of the shotgun, do you really gamble and send everybody and try to go for a safety here?
Well, right now you got to do something. Whether it's unusual or a trick play, if you have something.
They hand it to Robinson. He's tackled in the end zone for a safety. It was James Wires, and they did send the house, and it works out. And Robinson loses 3. Wires, who's had a terrific football game tonight, he's got 9 catches in the game. And he gets the safety there. And now what this does is it'll give Wildwood or KIPP will have the free kick from their own 20 with 3:49 to go. And if Wildwood were to go in and score a touchdown, they would take the lead no matter what happens on the PAT. It's now a 12-8 game with 3:49 to go. And we are 1 minute away from being in hour 3 of this football game.
Which is, in itself, hard to believe. Wow.
So the great play by James Wires as he tackles Ashawn Robinson in the end zone for a safety there. And it's 12-8. It's a free kick here for KIPP. And let's see what they do. I don't know. It looks like they're going to punt it. So it's Ramir Knock to punt. And let's see if Wildwood can get any kind of a return going here. Knock kicks it. It's short. Taken on a bounce by Hans at the 50. Inside the 45, inside the 40. And he's still pushing his way down to the 36.
So Junior Hans, he fields that punt on a clean bounce. And as Brian says, he does a good job. He takes it right down the middle, and he gets the ball to the KIPP 35-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10.
Plenty of time, 3:41. Wildwood has 1 timeout remaining. They trail by 4 at 12-8. They got the ball back right here after the free kick following the safety on the great play by James Wires. Hans in motion. They hand it to him. He's going to try to turn the corner, and he can't. And he's going to be taken down for a loss of 2. So it'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, there was nothing there on the right side of that field. KIPP did a very good job of reading what was going to be coming up.
2nd and 12. Inside 3 minutes to go now when the ball is snapped. Wildwood trails 12-8. Dozier out in the flat, the Wires. Can't break the tackle, but does carry people up to about the line. Now they're going to say he's a loss of 1.
So now that's going to bring up a 3rd and 13 for the Warriors.
Ball at the KIPP 38. Yeah, I think they were trying to go to that quick hitter to Wires and hoping he could break a tackle, and he couldn't. And it's 3rd and 13. 2 minutes to go. This will most certainly be Wildwood's last chance. Dozier under a rush, throws out in the flat. Wires is tackled for a very short gain out of bounds. It's a pickup of 3. It's going to bring up 4th and 10. Well, here's your ball game with Wildwood only having the 1 timeout left with 1:51 to go. And it's 4th and 10. And, you know, as we've been talking about with Wildwood, a lot of these plays have been passes out in the flat, you know, quick hitters hoping someone can break a tackle. But here on 4th and 10, they've got to throw the ball down the field.
1:53 left in this football game. The Warriors trailing 12-8.
Dozier takes the snap. He's back. He's under a rush. Flushes to his left. He's going to try to run. Now he throws, and it's intercepted. And Hans takes him down. I thought Dozier was across the line of scrimmage, but it doesn't matter anyway.
And I was just going to say that, Brian. I believe he was definitely across the line of scrimmage.
Well, you got to remember, he just has to have a little bit of a body part behind the line. The referee was right over there and didn't throw a flag.
Well, as you said, it doesn't matter.
Right. Well, it would have mattered if Wildwood caught the football.
Well, yeah.
The KIPP takes over 1st and 10 at their own 26, 1:37 to go. And Wildwood has just 1 timeout remaining. Ward in the shotgun here. Hands off to Robinson. He's taken down for a loss. Wildwood takes a timeout.
Handoff to Robinson. Wildwood takes the 3rd and final timeout.
It's their last timeout of the game with 1:31 to go. And it looks like Robinson lost about a yard on that play. So it'll be 2nd and 11. But Wildwood needs practically a miracle here with 1:31 to go and no timeouts. Offense has really been a struggle for this team, and you know, they scored 28 points in their opener, and they got their first offensive touchdown since then tonight, and they've only got the 1 score on offense. They trail 12-8 with 1:31 to go. Yeah, Wildwood's played decent defense all year. You know, a 13-7 loss to Bishop Eustace, a 7-0 loss to Gloucester Catholic. Here's another handoff. And running through the defense and picking up a first down, and that's going to do it as Mackay Rob Peace gains 13 and a first down.
Yeah, and right there, Peace going right up the middle, able to pick up that first down.
Yeah, now KIPP can just take 2 knees and end it. And they're going to come out of Wildwood with their first win of the season.
Yeah, needless to say, it's going to be a very fun bus ride back home to the Camden area for the Titans.
And actually, they're only going to have to take 1 knee. So we're inside 40 seconds to go. Well, they hand it off. Wow, Robinson has the football on the right side. And he's still on his feet. And he's finally tackled at the 40. And we have a Wildwood player injured on the far side there. Some things, buddy, just cease to amaze me.
Yeah.
Around high school sports for so long, I just don't understand. If you're KIPP, how in the world do you not take a knee there? And Robinson actually looked like he had a little trouble with the football in the exchange. That could have led to a fumble. You didn't have to run another play. Wildwood's out of timeouts. It was inside 40 seconds. And they almost scored a touchdown on it, but it's just it's remarkable. It really is.
Well, I mean, you hit it right on the head. We see a lot of different things, but that fundamental, there's no need at all to run a play.
And the shame of it is now we have a Wildwood player hurt because KIPP decided to run a play they didn't need to run. Yeah, not that was their intention, obviously, but Thomas Rios was the injured Wildwood player. So with 23 seconds left, here's hoping KIPP just takes a knee here.
Well, again, you take a knee, it's game over.
Yeah, I mean, this perhaps it's something they haven't practiced, but I don't know why you wouldn't just go up under center, take the snap, and get the knee. But actually now they don't even have to snap the football because the runner was not ruled out of bounds on the far side. So the clock now has restarted, and that will be the final as KIPP Cooper Norcross Academy beats Wildwood 12-8 here at Maxwell Field, spoiling Wildwood's homecoming. KIPP gets the first win in their program's history. The first-year program goes to 1-5. Wildwood drops to 1-5. We'll be back. Stay tuned for our social media posts on our next broadcast. But Buddy and I will be at Middle Township next week for them against Bridgeton. So the final here, 12-8. KIPP Cooper Norcross Academy beats Wildwood. For Sam Cohen and